How's it going, everyone? Nathan Vasquez here at it again, doing a beautiful 18 footer. So my client's actually been taking this thing out, I believe tomorrow or Saturday, one of those 2 days. I can't remember exactly which one, but the boat actually isn't in that bad condition. Okay, there is some light oxidation, chalking right here. That's going to be easily taken care of with 2000 grit sandpaper, and then a polish right there. This is going to just come out real easy. I expect this to be around a 3-hour job. If it was like a 20 footer or maybe a little bit more, that would be like around a 4-hour job. But it actually isn't bad at all. Actually pretty good. You know, this is what I expect. Carpet is a bit dirty. There's quite a bit in there, but no worries. We do got scrubbers and everything to help clean that right up. But yeah, this is actually a pretty straightforward job. It actually doesn't look too extreme or anything. Yeah, should be done with this quickly. All right, so I just sprayed on the iron and industrial fallout remover, and you can already tell that it's turning purple. I did go ahead and do a second pass with it just to make sure, because it is in direct sunlight, so it is drying out. But as you can see right here, where it really starts to pull up, right where all the water likes to stay up, it really is turning purple. And this is really great for a starter, especially for boats, because it does help break down all those hard alkalines and minerals that are on the surface of the panels, and pretty much is really good for just general purpose. I am going to spray some on the glass right now, but yeah, so you can just see it right as it goes along. And we're not gonna let this sit on for too long. Then after this, we're just gonna spray on some soapy water, and yeah, and we're gonna get to it. All right, everyone, so the boat is washed, and what we actually got going on right now is we are starting the wet sanding process. And I'm actually using 2000 grit, and I just cut up a whole sheet of, what is it, 6x11, something like that, 3M 2000 grit. And this removed 2000 grit is actually more than enough for a lot of the surface stuff. As you can see, I already did this part right here. We are going to do a rinse down before all this, just so we can just make everything quicker and really do a full inspection of it. But it is coming out fairly well. It's actually not too damaged. You can see like this sticker right here. We're not going to worry about that. It's pretty nothing big deal, but we're just trying to make this look good again. And let's see if I can remove this little smudge right here. I don't know if the camera picks it up, but it's very quick. You just go like that, and it's nothing too complicated. Now, if you're doing this to clear coat, this is actually a gel coat, so it's going to react a lot differently. Your method and process will be a lot different than if you were to do it on a car. On a car, definitely start with the lightest 3000 grit. Actually get my sandpaper for cars at touchupzone.com. I'll put a link in the description. If not, you can always remind me. And I can always get some more dirt out of there. But yeah, any stains, things like that, this totally takes care of it. So we're pretty much done with the sanding process. We already did all along the railing right here. That's pretty much all done. Then we just have to finish up the top side right here. Now, this part is gonna be a little tricky. We are gonna sand this. It does fit. But I actually have an excellent accessory that I can put on my rotary polisher. So the good thing about rotary polishers, it comes with there's a bunch of different little things you can attach to it. So I do have a 1-inch backing plate that I could use with these little ones right here. I actually have a flex shaft. It's kind of like a long Dremel, just a very flexible shaft attached to a little rotary. And I can actually attach that to my rotary DeWalt polisher. But I didn't bring my flex shaft. Kind of just like went over my head, but I did bring the backing plates for this thing, and I can attach those backing plates to my rotary, and that's what's going to allow me to get right in there and really take care of those issues. And for anything that's like those little crevices right there, I'm just going to do all that by hand, and it will come out awesome, guarantee it. But yeah, let's get this thing finished. All right, so the rinse down came out fantastic. We did go along with a very soft nylon brush to get into all the little crevices, just because there was still some excess dirt in there, and also any sanded oxidation that got trapped right there, also along the windows and everything. So that came out great. Now it's just time for the polishing. I will be using my DeWalt rotary along with a polishing wool pad, which is right there, along with some, where is it at? I know I have it in here somewhere. I know it's in one of these little things right here. I think it's this one right here. Actually, here it is. Marine polish, Dura coating. So a client where I did his boat, I did mention it. He gave me 2 of these bottles along with a compound, a boat compound from the exact same company. And I'm gonna tell you, this stuff is fantastic. It does a really well job. It works in direct sunlight, and it's just an overall one of the greatest boat products I've ever used. This definitely is the stuff to go, and it does leave behind a nice sealant finish, so you really don't have to put any wax or another sealant on top of it. But I do highly suggest and recommend that you do put a sealant on top of that once you're done. But yeah, time to get started. All right, so this is my DeWalt rotary right here, along with a 5-inch backing plate, and this is about 5 1/4 inch wool polishing pad. It's not a wool compound pad. Oops, some of it just exploded out of the bottle. Sometimes that happens. But yeah, so I'm just gonna put around 5 dots right here. For every inch the pad is, I recommend a dime-sized dot, and it's pretty simple. Nice little cup holder. Cable over the shoulder like always. Now I spread the polish on that at a 600 setting right here, 600 RPMs, and now I'm just gonna bump it up to 1400 RPMs. Don't know if you can see that on the camera, but it's 1400, and time to go. That's pretty much it right there. Let me bring the camera around. Just wipe off that excess. Now let's look at right here. See, it's not that good of a finish. Now let's look at it right over here. Just get out of the sun. Definitely a lot more glossier finish right there, and that's exactly what we're going for. It's nice and smooth. And over here, it's smooth, but it's dull. And we're trying to fix all of that right there. And you can see the difference from the 2 different spots right there. Yeah, time to finish up the rest of the boat. See you then. All right, so I have reached that point where I need to be cleaning my wool pad right here. And which for wool pads, you actually use a spur, unlike a brush where you do a foam pad. So you just put on the lowest setting, 600 I have right here, and you just let it do its thing. You can spray a little water on it, just a little bit, just to make everything smoother and like to really start breaking things apart. Just get everything going, just so it kicks it all out. Then I'm gonna turn up the speed just a bit. Just gonna go up to 1,000 right here. And there you go. Now I do have a few of these, so always a good thing to bring spares. So far we have one side complete. All this whole side right here has been polished. All that it requires is just now the wax to be applied. But before that, I want to finish up the other side of the boat and the back over here. Sorry, drank a lot of water right now. It's really hot. But yeah, so there's still that oxidation going on right here, and all this, as you can tell. So this is really oxidized right here. It does look glossy, but don't let that fool you. There's still a lot going on that has to be taken care of, but it's actually moving along quite quickly. So, and I'm gonna get my nice farmer's tan going on. She's just about finished right now. So I've already polished and waxed it, and it came out looking pretty well. I wish I could have spent about like 3 to 4 days on this thing to really make it pop out, but you know, most people don't want to spend that kind of money. So some do, some don't. It's completely fine. But what we did right here, which is a wet sand with 2000 grit and use a cutting polish, and honestly, it came out fantastic. Top side looks great, very reflective. We still have to deal with the interior. Clean the windows from the inside if they're a bit streaky, and clean and treat the seats, along with cleaning up anything that's stuck in the carpet. But yeah, but otherwise she's pretty much done, and I'll do one final walk around once it's ready to go. All finished up here and ready to go. Just have to put the cover back on and she'll be done. Yeah, took roughly about 3.5 hours to do, but it is one of my quicker jobs, really. The boat was fairly small, not much to do, so, and everything was just laid out just like that. So yeah, overall it was a success. Till next time, guys.